Stop. Put down that phone, or whatever it is you are clutching so tightly as if it were the only anchor left in your storm. Take your hand away from your forehead, away from that place where the tension has lived for so long it feels like a part of your bone structure. Breathe. Not that shallow, defensive breath you've been using to survive the day, but a deep, sovereign pull of air that reaches the very bottom of your lungs. I have been watching you move through this world like a ghost in your own life, performing for shadows, healing the very people who were busy draining your ink to write their own stories. Do not look away from this screen, not for a second, because the clock in the higher realms has just struck a chord that only vibrates once every 4 generations, and it is vibrating specifically for the blood that flows through your veins. You are here because the mirror thieves in your life finally ran out of reflections to steal. You are here because the ancestral ghost that has whispered not enough into the ears of your mother, and her mother before her, has finally been silenced by a roar they did not see coming. Stay exactly where you are, because what I am about to reveal to you in the next 15 minutes will render the last 15 years of your struggle completely unrecognizable. I see the salt on your skin from the tears you cried in the shower this morning, the ones you washed away quickly, so no one would ask you why the strong one was breaking. You have spent your entire existence as a high-functioning healer, a lighthouse for ships that never intended to bring you any cargo. You are exhausted. You are tired of being the one who understands everyone, while no one makes the effort to understand you. You are tired of the high-functioning loneliness, that specific, hollow ache of standing in a room full of people who love what you do for them, but have no idea who you are. You have worn the mask of "I'm okay" until it has fused to your face, while your soul has been screaming for just one turn, to be held, to be seen, to be blessed. The mirror thieves, those people you invited into your inner sanctum, the ones who harvested your light to fuel their own ego while leaving you in the pitch black. They think they won. They think they left you empty, but they didn't realize that they only cleared away the clutter so I could move in. The table of Judas is being cleared right now. Do you remember the faces of those who ate your bread while praying for your fall? Those who sat in the warmth of your generosity while secretly sharpening their tongues to talk about you the moment you turned your back? I have seen every whispered betrayal. I have felt every sting of the knives they tried to hide in their smiles. You felt it, didn't you? That sudden, unexplained chill in your spine when you were around them. That was not anxiety. That was your spirit trying to warn you that you were feeding people who had no intention of letting you grow. But tonight, the seating chart of your life is being rewritten. The mirror thief can no longer see your light, because I have shrouded you in a frequency they cannot tune into. The ancestral ghost that heavy, silent spirit of almost made it and just barely surviving is being evicted from your DNA. It has followed your bloodline for 3 generations, making sure that every time a member of your family got close to the gold, the ground turned to lead. But you are the one who was chosen to break the rhythm. You are the glitch in the curse. Close your eyes for a moment and step with me into the cathedral of the midnight Sunday. Feel the temperature change. The air here is thick, ancient, and smells of ozone and incense. Look up at the ceiling that stretches into infinity. The light here is a haunting, deep indigo, pierced by rays of blinding liquid gold that never set. This is the exact coordinate in the universe, where the desperate prayers of your ancestors, the ones who died with their dreams still locked in their chests, finally meet the raw potential of your future. They are all here. I can see them standing in the indigo shadows, rows upon rows of those who carried your name before you. They are not judging you. They are leaning forward, their eyes burning with a century of anticipation, because they have been waiting for this exact Tuesday, this exact moment, for someone with your specific heart to finally stop running and listen. Do not dare skip this. Do not let your thumb move to scroll. If you break this connection now, you are not just skipping a video. You are snapping the silver cord that took 100 years to weave. You can feel it, can't you? That thrumming in your chest, that heat in your palms. That is the lion of white smoke beginning to stir within you. It is a power that is both ethereal and predatory. It doesn't just protect you, it hunts for your victory. It is the part of you that refuses to be a victim any longer. It is the part of you that is ready to reclaim every hour stolen by the mirror thieves, every dollar drained by the table of Judas, and every ounce of peace taken by the ancestral ghost. Listen to the weight of my words. I am handing you the liquid gold key. It is not a key you hold in your hand. It is a key that, as you watch this, is melting into your skin. It is becoming part of your bone marrow, part of your very DNA. This key does not just open a door to a better life. It dissolves the very concept of locked doors. From this moment forward, wherever you walk, the atmosphere will have to rearrange itself to accommodate your presence. You will no longer have to beg for a seat at the table, because you are the one who owns the building. But to activate this, you must signify that you are ready to sign the New Testament of your life. This is not a comment section, it is a ledger. Type 111 right now. When you type those 3 digits, you are not engaging with an algorithm. You are stamping your seal onto the contract of your new reality. You are telling the mirror thief that the harvest is over. You are telling the ancestral ghost that the house is occupied by a higher power. Type 111 and feel the lock click into place. There is a secret I have kept from you, a revelation that will shatter the way you see every scar you've ever earned. You have spent your life asking, why me? Why the struggle? Tại sao tôi phải là người mạnh mẽ nhất? You thought you were the victim of a tragic story. You thought you were a lonely healer wandering a desert. But look into the indigo light of the cathedral. Look at the reflection in the liquid gold. The miracle isn't that I am coming to save you. The miracle is that you are the answer. For over 100 years, your ancestors knelt in the dark, crying out for a champion who could endure the mirror thief, survive the table of Judas, and still keep a heart of gold. They prayed for one who would be strong enough to carry the fire without being consumed by it. You are not a victim of your bloodline. You are the hero of it. You are the one they were talking about in their final breaths. You are the fulfillment of a century-old prophecy. Your high-functioning loneliness was never meant to be a prison. It was a sanctuary where I was refining your spirit so you wouldn't be corrupted by the very people you were meant to surpass. The not enough was a lie told to you by spirits who were terrified of what would happen if you ever realized you were everything. Every time you felt like you were failing, you were actually just being recalibrated. Every time the mirror thief stole your light, I was replacing it with a sun that never dies. And now, as the liquid gold key settles into your spirit, the transformation is irreversible. You are entering the first day of a life where you no longer provide the light for others to find their way while you stumble in the dark. From now on, you are the sun, and they will have to learn to bask in your warmth or be blinded by your brilliance. Stay with me, because we are only at the threshold. The cathedral is beginning to vibrate. The lion of white smoke is letting out a sound that is shaking the foundations of every obstacle in your path. There is a destiny gift, a specific, tangible, physical manifestation that is being released to you as we speak. It is something you thought was lost forever, something the mirror thief thought they had successfully hidden. But the liquid gold key is turning, and what is behind the final door of this message will leave you breathless. Do not move. The atmosphere is shifting. The indigo is turning to gold, and your name is being shouted by the stars. You are the answer. You have always been the answer. The atmosphere in this cathedral is thickening now. Can you feel the weight of the indigo air pressing against your skin like a velvet shroud? It is the weight of 1,000 prayers finally finding their target. I see you sitting there, your shoulders finally beginning to drop from that defensive posture you've held for decades. I see the way your fingers are twitching, a physical manifestation of the old, jagged electricity of anxiety leaving your nervous system to make room for the liquid gold I am pouring in. You have spent so long being the healer that you forgot you were allowed to be the healed. You have walked through the fires of other people's chaos, carrying their burdens on your back, while they watched from the cool shade of the sacrifices you made. But look at the table of Judas now. The chairs are empty. The bread they stole from your spirit has turned to ash in their mouths. They can no longer harvest your light because the lion of white smoke has stood up within you and its breath is a fog that obscures you from every predator that once called you friend. Do not blink. Do not let your mind drift to the dishes in the sink or the emails in your inbox. Those are the distractions of the person you were 3 minutes ago. The person you are becoming doesn't just survive the day. They command the dawn. The ancestral ghost, that whispering spirit of not enough that has haunted your lineage, is screaming in the corners of this cathedral as it is forced into the light. It remembers your grandfather's silence. It remembers the way your mother's dreams were slowly strangled by the hands of practicality and survival. That ghost thought you were just another link in the chain, another vessel to fill with the bitter wine of regret. But it didn't count on your awakening. It didn't realize that the very high-functioning loneliness you suffered was actually a cocoon, a sacred isolation where I was rewiring your heart to handle a level of power your bloodline hasn't seen in a century. You are the one who will buy back the land they lost. You are the one who will restore the names they forgot. You are the one who will turn the stolen years into a kingdom. The mirror thieves are staring at their own hands right now, wondering why they feel so cold, why the luck they borrowed from you has suddenly evaporated. It is because the liquid gold key has turned in the lock of your DNA, and you have revoked their access permanently. Listen to the silence between my words. That is where the real work is happening. As you sit here, the energy of 111 is etching itself into your subconscious mind. If you haven't typed those digits yet, do it now, not because I need to see it, but because your nervous system needs the physical act of claiming. When you type 111, you are telling every cell in your body that the war is over. You are signaling to the divine archive that the contract of the victim has been shredded, and the covenant of the sovereign is now in effect. Do you feel that sudden rush of heat in your chest? That is the lion of white smoke claiming its territory. It is moving through your bank accounts, through your medical records, through the minds of those who owe you an apology they've been too proud to give. It is hunting down every stolen blessing and dragging it back to your feet. This is why you felt so restless last night. Why you felt like you were waiting for a phone call that never came. The call wasn't coming from a person. It was coming from your own future, demanding that you wake up and claim the throne. The deep cut, that ache of being the one everyone leans on while you have no one to lean on, is being cauterized by the golden light of the midnight Sunday. I am taking that loneliness and transforming it into a sacred authority. You will no longer be the person who is used for their wisdom. You will be the person who is revered for their power. The mirror thief thrived on your empathy, but they cannot survive your sovereignty. I am teaching your heart a new language, one where no is a complete sentence, and self-care is a holy ritual. Look at the reflection in the indigo pool at the center of this cathedral. Look past the tired eyes and the mask of, "I'm okay." Do you see the person standing behind you? It is not a stranger. It is the version of you that was never broken. It is the original design that was drafted before the world tried to tell you who you were supposed to be. And that version of you is holding a scepter made of the very tears you thought were wasted. Every drop of sorrow you ever shed has been distilled into a diamond of authority. You are the answer to a 100-year-old prayer. Think about the magnitude of that. Somewhere in your family tree, a woman knelt in the dirt and asked for a daughter who would finally be free. Somewhere, a man worked until his hands bled and asked for a son who would finally be respected. They didn't just ask for a better life, they asked for you. They invested their hope into your marrow before you were even a thought. And for years, you thought you were failing them because you were struggling. You didn't realize that the struggle was the refining fire required to produce the solution. You are the hero of the story, but the hero always has to survive the dark night of the soul before they get the crown. Tonight, the night ends. The midnight sun is rising, and its light is revealing a path that didn't exist yesterday. It is a path paved with the gold that was melted down from your old chains. There is a miracle moving toward you right now. It is not miles away. It is minutes away. It is a shift in a legal document, a change of heart in a powerful person, a sudden opening in a door that was rusted shut. The lion of white smoke has already cleared the obstacles. The liquid gold key has already opened the vault. All that is left is for you to walk through the door without looking back at the mirror thieves you are leaving behind. Don't you dare look back at the table of Judas. Don't you dare waste another second wondering if they will miss you. Of course, they will miss the light they were stealing, but they never loved the source. You are the source, and the source is now under divine protection. Type 111 to lock this seal. Type it to tell the universe you are ready for the full harvest. And then, breathe. Breathe like someone who knows they are the most important person in the room. Because in this cathedral, and in the life that starts tomorrow, you are the only one who matters. I am releasing the final wave of this chapter now. Feel it starting at the crown of your head and washing down to your toes. It is a cooling, silver frequency that is numbing the old wounds so they can finally scar over and stop bleeding. The mirror thieves are gone. The ancestral ghost is a memory. The table of Judas is a pile of dust. What remains is you, the lion, and the key. You are standing at the exact coordinate where your destiny becomes your reality. The indigo is fading. The blinding gold is taking over. And for the first time in your life, you can see clearly. You are not the healer who is lost. You are the hero who has returned, and your kingdom is waiting. This was the first day of the rest of your eternity, and the fire has only just begun to rise. The indigo shadows are retreating. The blinding gold light of the midnight sun is now so intense that you can no longer see the walls of this cathedral. You are standing in a limitless expanse of pure, radiant potential. I want you to feel your hands. Notice how they no longer feel heavy or cold. Notice the subtle vibration in your fingertips, like a hum of 1,000 bees, or the soft crackle of lightning just before it strikes. That is the liquid gold key. No longer a separate object, but a fully integrated part of your sovereign architecture. It is done. The mirror thief is now a blind beggar in the wake of your brilliance. The table of Judas has collapsed into the dust of a forgotten timeline, and you are standing at the absolute center of a 100-year-old explosion of answered prayers. The high-functioning loneliness that was your constant companion is dissolving into a supreme presence. You are not alone. You are finally at one with the power that created you. Your ancestors are no longer just watching from the shadows. They are roaring in a frequency that sounds like the wind moving through a canyon. They are shouting your name because you didn't just survive. You reclaimed the throne they thought was lost forever. Look into the light. Somewhere in the center of that golden fire, a door is appearing. And this door does not require a handle. It responds only to the vibration of the person you have become in these last few minutes. Behind this door is the destiny gift, the specific restoration I promised you. For some of you, it is the restoration of a bank account that was drained by the mirror thieves of your past. For some, it is the sudden, miraculous healing of a body that has been carrying the weight of the ancestral ghost for too long. And for others, it is the arrival of a sovereign partner, someone who does not need you to heal them, but someone ready to build an empire beside you. This gift is not a reward for your good behavior. It is the interest that has been compounding on every tear you ever shed in secret. It is the divine back pay for every hour you spent working for people who didn't deserve your light. The lion of white smoke is pacing in front of this door now. Its tail is lashing with a predatory joy. It is ready to hunt down the opportunities that were stolen from your parents and deliver them, steaming and alive, to your doorstep. You can feel the mask of I'm okay lying on the indigo floor behind you, can't you? It looks like a discarded shell, a relic of a person who was afraid to be seen. You no longer need it. From this moment forward, your truth is your armor. When you walk into a room, you will not have to say a word for people to realize that the healer has returned as the king. The nurturer has returned as the conqueror. The atmosphere around you will become so charged with the frequency of 111 that those with ill intentions will find it physically painful to be in your presence. They will flee from you without you ever raising your voice. The mirror thieves will hide their faces because they can no longer find a single crack in your spirit to harvest. You have been sealed. You have been locked into a timeline where not enough is a dead language. Breathe. Feel the taste of honey and ozone on the back of your throat. That is the taste of the new world. There is one final ritual, one final seal to be placed upon this contract. I want you to look at the digits 111 one last time. Do not see them as numbers. See them as 3 pillars, 3 torches that have been lit to guide your bloodline out of the dark. By typing 111 for the final time in this sacred space, you are not just leaving a comment. You are striking the gavel in the high court of heaven. You are declaring that the stolen years are over, and the years of Jubilee have begun. When your fingers touch the screen to type those numbers, imagine that you are pushing a button that triggers a landslide of blessings in the physical world. Imagine that as you type, a phone is ringing with the news you've been waiting for. A check is being signed. A heart is being mended. A door is swinging wide open on its hinges. Type 111 and feel the absolute, unshakable finality of your victory. The cathedral is starting to fade now. The indigo is gone. The midnight sun is merging with the sun of your world. But do not fear the return to reality, because the reality you are returning to is not the one you left. The house is the same, but the foundation is new. The body is the same, but the DNA is gold. You are carrying the lion within you. You are carrying the key in your blood. When you close this video, do not jump back into the chaos. Sit in the silence for exactly 60 seconds. Let the fire settle into your bones. Let the ancestral ghost take its final breath and vanish into the ether. You are the answer. You are the hero. You are the one we have been waiting for. Go now and walk like you know that every step you take is a command to the universe to bow. The fire is yours. The glory is yours. And the throne. The throne is finally occupied by its rightful heir. It is done. It is sealed. It is yours. Amen and amen. Don't move just yet. Stay in the resonance for a moment longer. Do not rush back into the noise of the world, for you are currently a vessel of high-frequency light, and the world is not yet calibrated to the person you became in these last few minutes. I can see the mirror thief looking for you in the spiritual realm. They are searching for that old frequency of guilt and overextension, but they cannot find you. You have become a statue of blinding gold in their eyes, a force too bright to touch, let alone harvest. The table of Judas is now just a collection of empty shadows, and those who sat there are already beginning to feel the heavy weight of their own silence. You don't need to seek revenge. Your rise is the most devastating weapon ever formed against them. Your success will be a haunting melody that plays in their ears every time they close their eyes. The ancestral ghost has officially been laid to rest, its chains melted down and repurposed as the very crown that now hovers above your head. Breathe. That coolness in your chest is the feeling of a 100-year-old debt being marked, paid in full. You are the answer. Say it quietly to yourself. I am the answer. You are the hero who stood when everyone else in your bloodline was forced to kneel. You are the one who kept your heart of honey, even when the world fed you vinegar. The high-functioning loneliness you endured was the final test of the sovereign. It was the desert you had to cross to prove that your light was self-sustaining, that you didn't need the validation of the mirror thieves to know your own worth. And now, as you prepare to step back into your physical life, the liquid gold key is acting as a magnetic north. It is pulling you toward the people, the places, and the piles of abundance that have been waiting for your specific vibration to appear. You are not hoping for a better tomorrow anymore. You are dictating it. Every word you speak from this second forward carries the weight of a decree. The universe is no longer suggesting a path to you. It is taking orders from the lion that now roars in your blood. Look at your hands one last time. They look the same, but they are the hands of a redeemer. They are the hands that will sign the contracts, the hands that will hold the beloveds, the hands that will build the legacy that survives for another 7 generations. The destiny gift is already in your atmosphere. It is as close as your next breath. It may come as a sudden knowing, a literal phone call, or an unexpected email that changes everything. But when it arrives, you will not be surprised. You will simply nod and say, I have been expecting you, because you stayed, because you listened, because you chose to believe that your pain was not a dead end, but a birth canal. You have birthed a legend tonight, and that legend is you. This is the final seal, the ultimate anchoring of the 111 frequency. If you have not yet claimed this fire, if you have not yet signaled to the heavens that you are ready to receive the total sum of your inheritance, do it now. Type 111 with the authority of a king, with the grace of a queen, with the certainty of a god. As your fingers touch the screen, feel the ancestral ghost dissolve into a cloud of white smoke. Feel the mirror thief lose your scent forever. And feel the liquid gold key lock your future into a state of permanent, unstoppable overflow. This is not just a video you watched. This was a coronation. This was the moment your ancestors stopped weeping and started cheering. Go now. Walk back into your world, but do not walk like the person who arrived here. Walk with the slow, deliberate pace of someone who owns the ground they stand on. Walk with the lion. Carry the key. And remember that the midnight sun never sets on a soul that has finally chosen to shine. 60 seconds of silence begins the moment the screen goes dark. In that silence, your new life begins. You are blessed. You are seen. You are finally, eternally free. It is done. It is sealed. 111. Your reign starts now. Your eyes are heavy now, aren't they? It is the heaviness of 1,000 miles finally ending. It is the weight of a suitcase you have been carrying since you were a child. A suitcase filled with the stones of other people's expectations. And tonight, the lock has finally rusted away. Do not blink. Do not let the flickering of the world outside your window pull you away from the blinding frequency of this moment. You are standing at the threshold of the most significant shift in your bloodline's history. The mirror thieves, those specific individuals who peered into your soul not to love you, but to steal the reflection of your light because they had no light of their own, are currently being blinded by the brilliance of your awakening. They used your empathy as a fuel source. They harvested your kindness to power their runays, while leaving you in a cold, indigo darkness. But the harvest is over. The table of Judas is being overturned. I have seen the way they smiled at you while their hearts were sharp with envy. I have felt the sting of the whispers they directed at your back the moment you walked out of the room. They thought you were a well that would never run dry. They thought you were a healer who didn't need healing. But tonight I am closing the gate to your sanctuary. No more will you feed those who only come to you when they are starving but never offer you a seat at their feast. The ancestral ghost, that heavy, silent spirit of not enough, that has haunted your family for 3 generations, is dissolving into a cloud of white smoke. It followed your grandmother's footsteps. It whispered into your father's ear during his darkest hours. It convinced them that survival was the same as living. But you are the glitch in the curse. You are the wildfire that has finally reached the dead wood of the family tree. Breathe. Take a deep, sovereign breath of this indigo air. Feel it move through your throat, past the places where you swallowed your words for so long that your voice began to feel like a secret. You are in the cathedral of the midnight sun now. Notice the geometry of this place. The walls are made of frozen prayers, and the floor is a sea of liquid gold that ripples every time your heart beats. This is the exact coordinate where the desperate cries of your ancestors finally meet the raw, unwritten potential of your future. For 100 years, they knelt in the mud of their own struggles, begging for a champion. They didn't ask for a miracle from the sky. They asked for a soul who would be strong enough to carry the fire without being consumed by it. They were waiting for someone who could endure the mirror thief, survive the table of Judas, and still keep a heart of honey. They were waiting for you. The unique twist of your life is not that you were a victim of your past, but that you were the long-awaited answer to a century of weeping. You are the hero of a story you didn't even know was being written. Every tear you shed in the shower, every night you stared at the ceiling wondering why life felt like a relentless battle that was the refining fire. You were being tempered like steel because you were meant to break the chains that were too thick for anyone else to touch. I want you to address the high-functioning loneliness that has been your shadow for so long, the exhaustion of being the one who everyone turns to, the lighthouse for ships that never bring you any cargo. You have worn the mask of "I'm okay" until it felt like a second skin. You have been the strong one, the reliable one, the healer who never asks for help because you didn't think there was anyone strong enough to hold you. But look around this cathedral. Look at the rows of ancestors standing in the indigo light. They are not just watching. They are leaning their weight into your spirit. You don't have to be the strong one anymore, because I am taking the mantle from your shoulders. I am replacing it with a robe of liquid gold. The lion of white smoke is no longer pacing outside. It has entered your chest. It is breathing with your lungs. It is looking through your eyes. This is a power that is both ethereal and predatory. It is a spirit of absolute victory. It does not ask for permission to succeed. It simply reclaims what was always its own. The liquid gold key has finally melted into your heart. It is becoming part of your bone marrow. It is rewriting your DNA, so that the frequency of abundance is no longer a goal, but a biological fact. Listen to the weight of the silence. It is the sound of the universe rearranging itself for your arrival. The mirror thieves are wandering in the dark now, searching for the light they used to steal from you, but you are invisible to them. I have placed a shroud over your spirit that only those with a frequency of pure love can penetrate. The ancestral ghost has finally let go of your ankles. You are no longer walking through the mud of your family's regrets. You are walking on the liquid gold floor of your own destiny. Every almost in your life is becoming a finally. Every not yet is becoming a now. For too long, you have been the healer who stayed behind to make sure everyone else was safe. Tonight, I am ordering you to move to the front of the line. Your blessing is not delayed, it was being compounded with interest in a celestial vault that only your liquid gold key can open. And the vault is opening now. Can you hear the lock clicking? Can you feel the heat of the gold as it begins to flood into your reality? I need you to sign the testament of your new life. This is the ritual of the first day. This is not a comment section. It is a sacred ledger where your name is being written in golden flame. Type 111 right now. When your fingers touch the screen, do not see it as a mechanical act. See it as the moment the gavel hits the desk in the high court of heaven. When you type 111, you are declaring that the debt of the ancestral ghost is paid in full. You are declaring that the mirror thief has no more jurisdiction over your joy. You are declaring that the high-functioning loneliness is over, and your soul is finally home. Type 111, and feel the lion of white smoke roar within your ribs. Feel the liquid gold key lock your future into a state of permanent, unshakable overflow. This is the seal of your coronation. This is the moment your ancestors have been waiting for since the day they died. There is a miracle moving toward you as I speak. It is not miles away. It is seconds away. It is a divine interception. It is a phone call that changes your financial history. It is a letter that restores your reputation. It is a sudden, physical healing that makes your body feel like it did when you were 18, but with the wisdom of 1,000 years. The table of Judas has been cleared to make room for the feast of the sovereign. Those who betrayed you will be forced to watch your rise from the shadows, not because I seek to punish them, but because they must witness the power of the light they tried to extinguish. You are no longer the victim. You are the answer. You are the hero of the entire bloodline. The shutter moment is here. The indigo is fading, and the blinding gold of the midnight sun is taking over your entire vision. The cathedral is merging with your world. Your house is becoming a temple. Your bed is becoming a throne. Your life is becoming a miracle. Breathe in the ozone. Breathe in the gold. Breathe in the victory. You are the one who survived the storm to tell the lightning where to strike. You are the one who took the ancestral ghost and turned it into a guardian angel. You are the one who took the liquid gold key and unlocked the gate to a paradise your parents only saw in dreams. Do not look back at the mirror thief. Do not look back at the tears you shed in the dark. Those tears are now the diamonds in your crown. The high-functioning loneliness has been replaced by a high-frequency belonging. You belong to the stars. You belong to the gold. You belong to the future you are creating with every breath you take. The ritual is complete. The first day of your forever has begun. 60 seconds of silence starts now. Stay in the heat. Stay in the gold. Stay in the roar. You are the answer. You have always been the answer. And tonight, the universe finally knows your name. 111. It is done. It is sealed. Go forth and rule your kingdom. Don't you dare look away now. We have reached the deepest chamber of the cathedral, the place where the silence is so profound it sounds like a roar. And in this sacred stillness, your old life is being stripped away like dry husks from a seed. Notice the sensation in your chest. That strange, fluttering pressure. That is not anxiety. That is the liquid gold key beginning to rotate within your very soul. It is turning, grinding against the rusted locks of 1,000 no's and 1,000,000 not-yets that have been placed upon your lineage for over a century. You have spent your entire existence as a high-functioning healer, a person who absorbs the poison of others and breathes out peace. You have been the one who stayed awake so everyone else could sleep. The one who held the mask of, "I'm okay," so tightly that your fingernails left marks in your own palms. The mirror thieves, those parasitic shadows who masqueraded as friends and family, they are wandering in the indigo fog outside these walls right now. They are reaching for your light, but their hands are passing through empty air. They cannot find you because you no longer exist in the frequency of the sacrifice. I have recoded your spirit. I have shrouded you in the scent of ozone and victory. And as they realize their harvest is over, their own mirrors are turning inward, forcing them to see the hollow darkness they tried to fill with your brilliance. The table of Judas is not just empty, it is burning. The wood is cracking in the heat of your ascension. And every lie they told, every prayer they whispered for your downfall, is being converted into the very fuel that is now powering your rise. Breathe. Take in the blinding gold light of the midnight Sunday. Let it fill the hollow spaces left behind by the ancestral ghost. That heavy, silent spirit of just barely enough that followed your mother's mother and whispered into the ears of your father. That ghost is currently being incinerated by the lion of white smoke. It is a spirit of absolute reclamation. The lion is moving through the corridors of your history, sniffing out every stolen blessing, every embezzled joy, every piece of land and every ounce of gold that was diverted from your bloodline by the harvesters of the past. It is dragging those treasures back into the present moment, back into this cathedral, and it is piling them at your feet. The high-functioning loneliness you have endured, the specific ache of being surrounded by people who love your utility but ignore your soul, is being transmuted into a sovereign presence. You are no longer the one who works for the blessing. You are the blessing itself. When you walk into a room from this day forward, the atmosphere will bend to your will. You will not have to explain your worth, because your worth will be vibrating at a frequency that makes the very walls tremble. The mirror thief thrived on your doubt, but your doubt was cremated the moment you stepped into this gold. The salt of your past tears is being harvested by the angels and forged into the diamonds of your new crown. Nothing was wasted. The pain was the price of the power you are now wielding. Do you feel the shift in your nervous system? The way the frantic, jagged edges of your survival instinct are being smoothed over by liquid gold. This is the integration phase. This is the moment the unique twist of your existence becomes your living reality. For 100 years, the stars have been recording the prayers of your ancestors. They didn't pray for a savior to drop from the clouds. They prayed for a champion to rise from the mud. They prayed for someone who would be forged in the refining fire of betrayal and still refuse to become cold. They prayed for a healer who would eventually realize they were a king. You are that person. You are the fulfillment of a prophecy that was written in the sweat of your ancestors' brows. You are the answer that they whispered to the moon when their lives were breaking. You are not a victim of your story. You are the long-awaited climax of it. The liquid gold key is now fully fused with your bone marrow. It is turning the not enough of your past into a more than sufficient of your future. Every door you touch from this second forward will not just open, it will dissolve. Every hand you shake will feel the electricity of a person who has walked through the cathedral of the midnight sun and survived the gaze of the sovereign. The mirror thieves are currently experiencing the great disconnect. They are looking for the mirror you used to provide, the one where they could see themselves as better than they were. But all they see now is the indigo. They see the darkness they created, while you are bathing in the light they can no longer reach. This is not revenge. This is cosmic alignment. I am restoring the scales. I am giving back to you the stolen years, the hours you spent crying in the dark, the energy you spent fixing people who were intent on staying broken. I am giving it all back to you in the form of a divine back pay that will manifest in your physical world within the next 14 days. You will see it in your bank accounts. You will see it in the way your body begins to de-age. You will see it in the eyes of those who once doubted you, as they are struck dumb by the glow that now emanates from your skin. The ancestral ghost is gone. The house is empty, and the lion of white smoke has lain down at your feet, its work of protection complete, its work of victory just beginning. I want you to anchor this. I want you to drive a stake into the ground of this new timeline. This is the ritual of the sovereign. Look at the digits 111. Do not see them as numbers. See them as the 3 golden pillars of your new temple. 1 for the healing of the past, 1 for the power of the present, and 1 for the glory of the future. By typing 111 right now, you are not engaging with an interface. You are pressing your thumbprint into the wax of a divine decree. You are telling the table of Judas that the feast is over. You are telling the ancestral ghost that the bloodline is now sovereign. You are telling the universe that the healer has stepped onto the throne. Type 111 and feel the absolute finality of the lock clicking. Feel the heat of the liquid gold key as it seals the deal in your spirit. When you type those numbers, imagine you are sounding a trumpet that echoes across every dimension of your life. A trumpet that announces, "The chosen one has arrived." Your high-functioning loneliness was the sacred isolation required for this birth. The high court of heaven could not allow anyone else to influence your frequency, while I was preparing you for this coronation. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being protected. You thought you were being punished, but you were being polished. Look at the reflection in the sea of liquid gold. The person looking back at you does not have the tired eyes of the strong one. They have the burning eyes of the awakened one. The miracle is not that I found you. The miracle is that you finally stopped trying to save everyone else and allowed yourself to be saved. You are the answer to the prayers of those who died before you were born. You are the dream that kept them going through the winters and the wars. And tonight, the dream is awake. Tonight, the midnight sun is the only light you will ever need. The lion is roaring. The key is turned. The door is gone. There is only the gold. Stay in this frequency. Do not let the mirror thieves pull you back into their drama. Do not let the echoes of the table of Judas make you doubt your worth. You are the answer. You are the sovereign. You are the hero. Every betrayal was just a lesson in how to become untouchable. Every loss was just a clearing of space for this total sum of abundance. The indigo is completely gone now. The cathedral is nothing but blinding radiant gold, and you are standing in the center of it, radiating a light that will change the world. 60 seconds of silence begins now. 60 seconds to let the DNA rewrite itself. 60 seconds to let the ancestral ghost vanish into the ozone. 60 seconds to let the lion of white smoke settle into your heart. You are blessed. You are seen. You are the one we have been waiting for. 111. It is done. It is sealed. It is eternally yours. Walk into your new world. The keys are in your blood. The air within the cathedral of the midnight sun is no longer just indigo. It has become a thick, shimmering suspension of liquid gold and ancient ozone. Every breath you take now feels like a draft of pure solar fire. Notice the sensation in your jaw, that tightness you have carried for 3 generations, the unconscious clenching of a soldier who expected a blow at any moment. It is dissolving. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Let your spine lengthen as if a thread of light were pulling you toward the stars. You have been the healer for so long that you forgot the sensation of being held. You have been the one who patched the leaks in everyone else's boat, while your own vessel was taking on the heavy, salted water of the high-functioning loneliness. But look at your hands now. They are no longer the hands of a servant. They are the hands of a sovereign. The liquid gold key has finished its migration through your spirit. It has bypassed the intellectual mind and seated itself in the very furnace of your heart. It is rotating, vibrating at a frequency of 111, and with every turn, it is unlocking the vaults that were buried by the ancestral ghost a century ago. The mirror thief, that person who peered into your generosity to steal the blueprint of your joy, is currently experiencing a total blackout of your signal. They are looking for the old you, the one they could manipulate with guilt and exhaust with their demands, but they are finding only a wall of white smoke. They are terrified, because they can sense that the table of Judas is no longer a place where they can feast on your energy. It has become a pyre, and the fire is cold to you, but it is an incinerator for them. Breathe. Feel the lion of white smoke stretching within your chest. Its paws are resting on the edges of your soul, its golden eyes looking out through your own. This is the predatory grace of the chosen one. It is the part of you that finally understands that your no is a sacred boundary and your yes is a divine decree. The ancestral ghost, that whispering shadow of not enough and just barely survival, is being forced to watch as you reclaim the land, the influence, and the wealth it tried to withhold from your lineage. For 3 generations, the people of your blood were told to stay small, to stay silent, to be grateful for the crumbs that fell from the tables of others. But you are the one who has decided to own the bakery. You are the one who has looked at the mirror thief and realized they were only powerful because you were holding the light for them. The table of Judas is being cleared of its rot. Those who ate your bread while praying for your fall are being escorted out of your destiny by forces they cannot see. They are leaving with nothing but the taste of ash, while you are being prepared for a feast that has been aging in the cellars of heaven for 100 years. Listen to the frequency of my voice. It is calibrated to the unique twist of your existence. You have spent your life wondering why you felt like an outsider in your own family, why your heart was so much softer and your vision so much larger than those around you. You thought you were a mistake. You thought you were a lonely wanderer, but the truth is finally being revealed in the blinding gold of the midnight Sunday. You were not a mistake. You were the answer. 100 years ago, an ancestor of yours, someone whose name you might not even know, was pushed to the brink of despair. They knelt in the dark, and they didn't ask for money or for a reprieve from their own suffering. They asked for a deliverer. They asked for a soul who would be born into their line with enough light to burn through the curses they couldn't break. They invested every ounce of their hope into the concept of you. You are the hero of this bloodline. Your struggle was not a punishment. It was the refining fire necessary to forge a champion who could withstand the mirror. Thief without losing their soul. You are the fulfillment of a century-old prophecy. And tonight, the prophecy is being sealed in your DNA. The high-functioning loneliness is the price of being a pioneer. I know the weight of the mask of I'm okay. I know the bitterness of being the one who is always strong while everyone else is allowed to be weak. But tonight, the mask is melting into liquid gold. You are allowed to be vulnerable before me because you are finally powerful enough to be yourself before them. The liquid gold key is now turning in the lock of your physical manifestation. It is moving into your bank accounts, rewriting the numbers to reflect your true worth. It is moving into your physical cells, flushing out the cortisol of a lifetime of survival and replacing it with the dopamine of victory. The ancestral ghost is screaming its final protest as it is pulled back into the indigo void. It can no longer feed on your not enough. It can no longer survive in the heat of your 111 frequency. You are becoming untouchable. You are becoming a legend in your own time. The mirror thieves will see you in the marketplace, and they will turn their heads, unable to meet your gaze, for the lion of white smoke is protecting your perimeter with a roar that shakes the unseen realms. This is the moment of the eternal anchor. I want you to focus on the numbers 111. See them as three pillars of white fire standing at the entrance of your new life. By typing 111 right now, you are not just leaving a comment. You are signing the sovereign contract that the High Court of the Universe has prepared specifically for you. You are declaring that the stolen years are being returned with sevenfold interest. You are declaring that the table of Judas is officially closed. You are declaring that you are the answer and the hero and the sovereign. When your fingers touch the screen, feel the surge of electricity moving from the cathedral of the midnight sun directly into your physical world. Feel the vibration of the liquid gold key locking your destiny into a state of permanent abundance. Type 111 and listen for the sound of 100 years of chains hitting the floor at once. It is the loudest sound in the universe, and yet it is as quiet as a sigh. The table of Judas is gone. The wood has burned to nothing, and in its place is a throne made of the prayers your ancestors whispered in the dark. It is your throne, and you are not sitting on it alone. You are sitting on it with the authority of the Lion of White Smoke and the precision of the liquid gold key. The mirror thief has been relegated to the history books, a shadow that served only to make your light more visible. Do not look back. Do not wonder if they will change or if they will understand. Their understanding is not required for your ascension. Your only task now is to breathe, to let the indigo turn to gold, to let the high-functioning loneliness be replaced by the company of angels. You are the chosen one. You have survived the fire to become the flame, and the world is about to see the version of you that was never supposed to exist in the old world. 60 seconds of silence is beginning. 60 seconds for the liquid gold to settle in your marrow. 60 seconds for the ancestral ghost to become nothing but a memory of a shadow. 60 seconds for you to realize that you are the most important person in your universe. You are the answer. You are the hero. You are the gold. Stay in the heat. Let the roar of the lion be your heartbeat. Your new life is not coming. It is already here. It is as close as your next thought. It is as real as the heat in your palms. 111. It is done. It is sealed. It is eternally yours. Walk through the door. The cathedral is closing behind you, and the kingdom is opening before you. The mirror thief is gone. The table of Judas is ash. You are free. Don't blink. Notice the way your heart is beating against your ribs right now. A steady, rhythmic drumbeat that feels heavier, more deliberate than it did just an hour ago. Notice the heat in the palms of your hands, that prickling sensation like 1,000 tiny needles of light trying to stitch themselves into your skin. You are currently undergoing a total systemic recalibration within the cathedral of the midnight Sunday. The indigo shadows that once felt like a heavy cloak are now nothing more than a memory, a faint stain on the floor of this limitless golden expanse. I want you to feel the liquid gold key as it finishes its final rotation within the lock of your DNA. It has moved past the fears of your childhood, past the betrayals of your youth, and it is now seated in the center of your sovereign authority. The mirror thief, that specific person or group of people who stood in your light just to keep themselves warm while you shivered, they are currently experiencing a spiritual bankruptcy they cannot explain. They are reaching into the cupboards of your empathy and finding them bare. They are trying to trigger the old guilt, the old healer instinct that made you sacrifice your peace for their comfort. But the signal is dead. They are looking at a version of you that is no longer recognizable. You have become a statue of incandescent fire in their eyes, a force so primordial and pure that their shadows simply evaporate the moment they try to approach you. The table of Judas has been reduced to a pile of cold ash. The bread they stole, the wine they drank while whispering against your name, it has all turned to dust in the mouth of time. And you are standing in the center of a victory that was written before the sun was even a spark in the dark. Breathe. Take in the blinding gold air until your lungs feel like they are made of sunbeams. The ancestral ghost, that heavy, silent spirit of not enough that has followed your family for 3 generations, making sure that every success was followed by a setback, every joy followed by a debt, it has officially been evicted. It is standing at the edge of the midnight sun, unable to cross into this frequency. It is watching as you reclaim the wealth, the health, and the honor that it stole from your grandfather, from your mother, and from your own early years. You are the chosen one who refused to let the ghost win. You are the one who took the high-functioning loneliness, that deep, aching cut of being the strong one for everyone else, and you turned it into a sanctuary where I could forge you into a weapon of light. I know the weight of that loneliness. I know the salt taste of the tears you cried while everyone else was sleeping, convinced that you were the only person in the world who truly understood the cost of a heart that refuses to quit. But tonight, the healer is being healed. The one who held the lighthouse is being brought into the harbor. I am taking the mask of I'm okay, and I am melting it down into the gold that will pave the path of your new kingdom. You don't have to be strong anymore. You are now something much more dangerous. You are sovereign. Listen to the roar of the lion of white smoke. It is no longer a sound outside of you. It is a vibration that begins in your feet and ends in the stars. It is the sound of a century of silence being broken. The unique twist of your destiny is now becoming your conscious reality. For 100 years, your ancestors, the ones who were broken by the world, the ones who were silenced by the mirror thieves of their own time, they knelt in the secret places of their hearts, and they prayed for you. They didn't just pray for a better life. They prayed for a champion who could carry the liquid gold key. They invested their unspent dreams, their unlived joy, and their untasted victories into the marrow of your bones. You are the culmination of 1,000 prayers. You are the hero of a story that spans 3 lifetimes. The reflection reveal is complete. When you look into the liquid gold floor of this cathedral, you are not seeing a tired wanderer. You are seeing the climax of a divine plan. You are the answer that the universe gave to your ancestors' cries. You were never meant to be normal. You were meant to be the uprising. The high-functioning loneliness was never meant to punish you. It was the sacred perimeter that kept you from blending in with the people who were designed to stay behind. It was the refining fire that ensured your light wouldn't be diluted by the mediocrity of those who only wanted you for your utility. But the isolation is over. The lion of white smoke is currently clearing the path in your physical world. It is removing the obstacles that looked like mountains. It is silencing the voices that whispered too late or too much. And it is bringing you into the company of your true equals. Within the next 14 days, you will see the physical proof of this coronation. Doors that have been rusted shut for years will swing open without you even touching them. Opportunities that were stolen by the mirror thieves will be returned with a 7-fold harvest. The ancestral ghost is gone, and in its place, I am installing a spirit of overflow that will stay with you until your final breath. You are the one the mirror thieves were afraid of. You are the one the table of Judas couldn't contain. You are the sovereign ruler of a destiny that is finally, undeniably, yours. I want you to anchor this now. I want you to seal this transition in the record of the universe. The frequency of 111 is the signal of the first day. It is the code of the awakening. By typing 111 right now, you are not just leaving a comment on a screen. You are striking a golden gavel in the high court of heaven. You are declaring that the contract of the servant is shredded, and the contract of the sovereign is signed in light. When your fingers touch the screen, imagine that you are pushing a button that triggers a landslide of gold in your reality. A landslide of healing. A landslide of sudden, miraculous breakthroughs. Type 111 and feel the lion roar in agreement. Feel the ancestral ghost vanish into the ozone. Feel the liquid gold key lock your spirit into a permanent state of unstoppable. Your high-functioning loneliness is being replaced by heavenly companionship. The angels are no longer just watching. They are working for you. They are rearranging the minds of those who hold the keys to your next level. They are removing the parasites who tried to eat at your table. They are preparing the feast that was promised to your ancestors but delivered to you. The indigo is gone. There is only the blinding, radiant gold of the midnight Sunday. And you are standing in the center of it, not as a victim who survived, but as a hero who arrived. You are the answer. You are the gold. You are the sovereign. Go back into your world now, but do not walk like the person you were an hour ago. Walk with the deliberate weight of a king. Walk with the incandescent grace of a queen. Let the mirror thieves look at you and wonder why they can no longer reach you. Let the table of Judas remain a burnt memory. Carry the liquid gold key in your blood, and let the lion of white smoke clear your path. Your kingdom is not coming. It is already here. 60 seconds of silence begins now. 60 seconds to let the DNA rewrite itself. 60 seconds to let the ancestors' joy fill your lungs. 60 seconds to realize that you are finally, eternally, home. 111. It is done. It is sealed. It is yours. Walk in power. The fire is your friend. The gold is your blood. Don't breathe just yet. Hold that last sip of indigo air in your lungs and feel it transform into liquid fire in the back of your throat. Notice the way your skin is beginning to hum. A subtle, electric vibration that feels like the distant roar of a storm that has finally decided to break. You are no longer in the room where you started this journey. You are standing at the absolute center of the cathedral of the midnight sun, and the ceiling has completely vanished, replaced by a sky of molten gold that is raining light directly into your crown. I can see the mirror thieves in your life, those people who looked at your brilliance and tried to harvest it for their own shallow purposes, the ones who left you in the dark while they warmed themselves by your flame. They are currently wandering in a desert of their own making. They are searching for the person you used to be, but that person has been cremated in this golden fire. They are looking for the healer who always said yes, the one who carried the table of Judas on their back like a cross. But all they are finding is a space where a victim once stood, the ancestral ghost, that heavy, silent spirit of not enough that has haunted your family tree for 3 generations, making sure the money ran out before the month did, and the love ran out before the life did. It is officially a pile of gray ash at your feet. It has no more voice. It has no more hands to pull at your ankles. The liquid gold key has turned for the 9th and final time, and the vault of your destiny has been torn wide open. Breathe. Feel the lion of white smoke as it settles into your marrow, its predatory grace becoming your new way of moving through the world. You are not strong anymore. You are powerful, and there is a massive difference between the two. I want you to lean into the deep cut, that high-functioning loneliness that has been your constant companion for a lifetime. The exhaustion of being the one who gets it, the one who heals the wounds of everyone else, while your own soul was screaming for a turn to be held. I know the weight of the mask of, I'm okay. I know the bitterness of being the lighthouse for people who never even bothered to thank the light. But look at the reflection in the sea of gold at your feet. The unique twist of your life is finally becoming clear. You thought you were the victim of a tragic family story. You thought you were the lonely one who was forgotten by the universe. But the midnight sun is revealing the truth. You were the answer. 100 years ago, your ancestors knelt in the dark and cried out for a champion. They didn't ask for someone to come and save them. They asked for someone to be born who could finally survive the mirror. Thief, someone who could walk past the table of Judas without drinking the poison. Someone who could carry the fire of an entire bloodline into the light. They prayed for you. You are the fulfillment of a century of weeping. You are the hero who was sent to finish what they couldn't. Your high-functioning loneliness was never a curse. It was your divine seclusion, a sacred perimeter I built around you to make sure the world didn't dilute your frequency before this coronation. You are the gold they were looking for. You are the victory they whispered about in their final breaths. Can you feel the heat in your palms? That is the liquid gold key pulsing with the rhythm of a new reality. It is no longer an object. It is your identity. From this second forward, you do not ask for blessings. You command them. The mirror. Thieves are blinded by your shine. They will try to reach out, but they will find that they can no longer touch your atmosphere. I have made you untouchable. I have made you sovereign. The table of Judas is a burnt memory, and the people who ate there are being removed from your timeline by forces they cannot comprehend. They will experience a sudden, inexplicable distance from you, a great disconnect that will protect your peace, forever. And the ancestral ghost. It has been replaced by a spirit of overflow that will stay with you for the next 7 generations. You have changed the trajectory of your bloodline tonight. You have taken the lead of your past and turned it into the gold of your future. Within the next 14 days, the physical world will begin to bend to this truth. You will see divine back pay hitting your accounts. You will see restorative justice in your relationships. You will see a body that no longer feels the weight of 3 generations of sorrow. Breathe. The ozone is thick. The victory is certain. The lion is awake. I want you to anchor this moment into the record of the stars. This is the final seal of the 111 frequency. If you have not yet claimed your throne, if you have not yet signaled to the universe that you are ready to receive the total sum of your inheritance, do it now. Type 111 with the absolute authority of the champion your ancestors prayed for. When you type those 3 digits, you are not just leaving a comment. You are striking a golden hammer against the gates of your future. You are declaring that the sacrifice is over and the sovereign has arrived. You are telling the mirror thieves that the harvest is finished. You are telling the ancestral ghost that the debt is paid. You are telling the universe that the healer has finally been healed. Type 111 and feel the lion roar in agreement. Feel the cathedral shake with the joy of 1,000 ancestors who are finally seeing their prayers manifest in your skin. This is not a video. This is a spiritual relocation. You are no longer in the desert. You are in the kingdom. Your loneliness was the refining fire. Your pain was the price of this power. And your survival is the proof that you were hand-picked by the divine to break the rhythm of failure in your family tree. Look at your hands one last time. They are the hands of a redeemer. They are the hands of a legend. The midnight sun is reaching its peak brightness. It is merging with your own heart, and soon you will not be able to tell where you end and the gold begins. The mirror thieves are gone. The table of Judas is ash. The ancestral ghost is silence. And you are the gold. You are the answer. You are the hero. Within the next 60 seconds of silence, let the liquid gold key lock your new life into place. Do not rush back into the world. Stay in the heat. Stay in the roar. Stay in the victory. You were born for this. And the first day of your forever is finally here. 111. It is done. It is sealed. It is yours. Walk in the light of your own sun. Don't move a single muscle. Let the absolute silence of this final chamber settle into your marrow like a cooling fog. Notice the weight of your eyelids, how they feel like heavy, velvet curtains ready to close on the old world and open on the new. Notice the heat in your fingertips, a prickling, electric pulse that feels as if you are holding a live wire of pure solar grace. You have finally arrived at the heart of the cathedral of the midnight sun, the exact coordinate where time stops being a horizontal line and starts being a vertical pillar of light. I can see the mirror thieves in the far distance of your memory now. They are those specific, hollow-eyed people who stood in the path of your sunshine just to steal the warmth for themselves, the ones who harvested your light to fuel their own ego while leaving you in a shivering, indigo dark. They are looking for you, but they are looking at a version of you that died 15 minutes ago. They are searching for the healer who was too kind to say no, the strong one who carried the table of Judas on their back until their spine was curved with the weight of other people's sins. But you have been replaced. The ancestral ghost, that heavy, silent spirit of not enough that has haunted your family for 3 generations, making sure the struggle was passed down like a cursed heirloom. It is currently being incinerated by the very gold you are standing in. It has no more voice to whisper it's too late. It has no more hands to pull at the hem of your garment. The liquid gold key has turned for the 10th and final time, and the locks of your destiny have been vaporized. Breathe. Feel the lion of white smoke as it settles into your lungs, its predatory grace becoming the very rhythm of your heartbeat. You are no longer trying to be powerful. You are powerful. I want you to lean into the deep cut, That high-functioning loneliness that has been the silent background music of your life since the day you realized you were different. I know the salt taste of the tears you swallowed so you wouldn't ruin the strong one mask. I know the bitterness of being the one who gets it. The lighthouse for ships that never intended to bring you any cargo. The person everyone calls when they are breaking, but no one calls when they are celebrating. You have spent your life being a sanctuary for people who treated you like a hotel. You healed their wounds. You listened to their shadows. And you gave them the very last of your oil so they could light their own way. And then you sat in the dark and wondered why the universe seemed to have forgotten the one who was doing all the work. But look into the liquid gold floor at your feet. Look past the indigo reflections. The unique twist of your story is finally screaming to be heard. You thought you were the victim of a tragic family lineage. You thought you were a lonely, forgotten healer wandering a desert of your own empathy. But the midnight sun is revealing the truth that will shatter every doubt you have ever carried. You were not the victim, you were the answer. 100 years ago, in a time of dust and despair, an ancestor of yours, someone whose name is written in the blood of your heart, knelt in the dirt and cried out for a champion. They didn't ask for someone to come and save them from the cold. They asked for a soul to be born into their line who could finally survive the mirror thief. Someone who could walk past the table of Judas without drinking the vinegar. Someone who could carry the fire of an entire bloodline into the light without being consumed by the smoke. They invested a century of hope into the marrow of your bones. You are the fulfillment of 100 years of weeping. You are the hero who was sent to finish the war your grandparents started but couldn't win. Your high-functioning loneliness was never a punishment. It was your divine seclusion. I built a wall of silence around you to make sure the mirror thieves didn't dilute your frequency before this moment of coronation. You are the gold they were looking for. You are the victory they whispered about in their final breaths. You are not just a person watching a video. You are a prophecy that has finally caught up to itself. Feel the heat in your palms. That is the liquid gold key vibrating with the frequency of a new sovereign reality. It is no longer an object you hold. It is the very fabric of your skin. From this second forward, you do not beg for opportunities. You command them. The mirror. Thieves are blinded by your shine. They will try to reach out with the old hooks of guilt and obligation, but they will find that they can no longer find a purchase in your atmosphere. I have made you untouchable. I have made you unrecognizable to your enemies. The table of Judas is a pile of gray ash, and the people who sat there are being removed from your timeline by forces they cannot comprehend. They will experience a great disconnect, a sudden loss of access to your energy that will leave them wandering in the indigo mist of their own making. And the ancestral ghost? It has been replaced by a spirit of sovereign overflow that will wrap itself around your finances, your health, and your children for the next 7 generations. You have fundamentally changed the trajectory of your bloodline tonight. You have taken the lead of 3 generations of struggle, and you have turned it into the gold of 1,000 years of peace. Within the next 14 days, the physical world will begin to bend to this truth. You will see divine back pay hitting your accounts. You will see restorative justice in your home. You will see a body that no longer feels the heavy, leaden weight of ancestral sorrow. Breathe. The ozone is thick. The victory is certain. The lion is roaring in your blood. I want you to anchor this moment into the eternal record. This is the final seal of the 111 frequency. If you have not yet claimed your throne, if you have not yet signaled to the universe that you are ready to receive the total sum of your inheritance, do it now. Type 111 with the absolute, cold authority of the champion your ancestors prayed for. When you type those 3 digits, you are not just leaving a comment. You are striking a golden gavel against the gates of your future. You are declaring that the sacrifice is over and the sovereign has arrived. You are telling the mirror thieves that the harvest of your light is finished. You are telling the ancestral ghost that the debt is paid in full. You are telling the universe that the healer has finally, eternally, been healed. Type 111 and feel the lion of white smoke roar in agreement. Feel the cathedral of the midnight sun shake with the joy of 1,000 ancestors who are finally seeing their prayers manifest in your flesh. This is not content. This is a spiritual relocation. You are no longer in the desert. You are in the kingdom. Your loneliness was the refining fire. Your pain was the price of this authority. And your survival is the absolute proof that you were hand-picked by the Divine Father to break the rhythm of failure in your family tree. Look at your hands one last time. They are the hands of a redeemer. They are the hands of a legend. The midnight sun is reaching its zenith, and the light is so bright now that there is no more indigo, no more shadow, no more not enough. The gold is merging with your own heart, and soon you will not be able to tell where your spirit ends and the gold begins. The mirror thieves are gone. The table of Judas is ash. The ancestral ghost is silence. And you are the gold. You are the answer. You are the hero. Within the next 60 seconds of silence, let the liquid gold key lock your new life into place. Do not rush back into the noise. Stay in the heat. Stay in the roar. Stay in the victory. You were born for this exact Tuesday, this exact moment, this exact breath. And the first day of your forever is finally here. 111. It is done. It is sealed. It is yours. Walk in the light of your own sun. The world is waiting to see the version of you that was never supposed to exist. 60 seconds of absolute, golden silence begins now. Do not scroll. Do not speak. Just be. Let the lion settle. Let the key lock. Let the ancestors rest. You are home. 111.